Sussex coast, where I was born and have lived most of my life, are deep-rooted. I have chalk and grassy downland in my bones. The crunch of pebbles underfoot, the bluster of a salty breeze, the hiss of surf, cloud shadows racing across the sea, smooth green undulations of hill, these are the things I think of when I think of home. For which reason I feel a stronger than usual connection to the story told within the pages of this typescript. The other town that features prominently in the Sussex Sea Devils is Newford. It's an odd little place that hunkers beside a shingle beach between two frowning brows of cliff, a few miles due west of Eastbourne. Newford is best defined by what it is not. It isn't a thriving port, although fishing boats and pleasure yachts do put out from its tiny harbour. It isn't scenic enough to be a holiday destination, despite a handful of bed and breakfasts and a single forlorn-looking hotel. It has very little to offer in the way of historical significance, other than a couple of concrete pillboxes and the remains of a gun emplacement dating from the Second World War, all gazing towards France with a somewhat wistful air, as if pining for the glory days. Otherwise, it is simply a warren of narrow streets that revolves around twin hubs, one spiritual, one secular, a medieval church with a crooked spire, and a small pedestrianized shopping precinct built sometime in the 1960s, where the retail units sell nothing anyone in their right mind would want to buy, but at least sell it cheap. There's a railway station sitting at the end of a spur on the Hastings to London line, but trains are a rare sight at this one-track terminus, calling in only 4 times a day, half as often on Sundays. Buses may stop along the high street, I don't know. What Newford has is mystery. Specifically, it is rumours of strange amphibian humanoid creatures who have been visiting the spot since the Iron Age or earlier, back when, according to the archaeological record, there was nothing there except a tiny cluster of huts, barely even a settlement. The creatures, known as sea devils, are said to emerge from the waves at night, usually after a fog has rolled in, and roam the streets. Their arrival is customarily presaged by eerie lights glowing in the sea some distance offshore. On such occasions you may, from the sanctuary of your home, hear the soft, moist flap, flap, flap of webbed feet on tarmac. If you have any sense, you will keep the door locked and the curtains drawn, and not venture outside. Some local historians even claim that sea devils and inhabitants of Newford have interbred in the past, and that descendants of the two commingled bloodlines still live there. They have a distinctly Piscean look about them, these hybrids, and seem to walk awkwardly on land, but are often skilled swimmers. For proof, one might consider the statistically high incidence of Newforders who have achieved success in aquatic athletics, amongst them an Olympic breaststroke silver medalist and 2 cross-channel record holders. I can't comment on any of that. I do know that the town council did attempt once to capitalize on this piece of folklore. Not far from the aforementioned shopping precinct stands a statue depicting a sea devil. Erected in the 70s, it is sculpted in the Elizabeth Frink style, a thing of rough pitted bronze with etiolated limbs and a rather sombre air. Its eyes are bulbous, gills flare upward from its neck. Its broad mouth has drooping, pendulous lips that remind me of the actor Alastair Sim at his most lugubriously disapproving. Coincidentally, or not, many Newford townspeople I've seen have a similar look about them. The figure was intended as a tourist attraction, something to put Newford on the map. Curiosity seekers and students of the esoteric were supposed to come to the town in their droves in order to learn more. Cryptozoology and the paranormal in general was big in the 70s. It was hoped that sea devils would become Newford's Nessie, and that Newford itself might gain the cachet of the Bermuda Triangle or Area 51. You can never underestimate the optimism of municipal councillors. Nothing came of it, of course. The statue is now splattered with guano, and more often than not, someone will have lodged an empty can of lager on its head, or more amusingly, an empty can of the energy drink Monster. It's become a running gag.